والله يا اخوان رجعنا لكم بحلقة جديدة من نوير الاستوديو السكرتري مردر. ولا تنسوا معكم الشاي. يلا نبلش. عندي سؤال واحد كان. خلينا بس نشوف اللقطة ونبلش. سكران البيت زي كل مرة، طالع من بار بتكون كله نفس القتل.
We will look into it.
يلا.
Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your head, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
طيب السؤال هو أحسن هيك أو هيك أو بدون ضوء أو هيك هو نفسه يا قد أتوقع هيك أحسن لأنه الباقي كتير أبيض زيادة بصير وجهه مش مبين حتى منيح، بس الضوء البني أحسن شوي من هيك أتوقع.
The Emperor may soon have to come to terms
لو
with the fact
تعرف
that he's
كل
wearing no clothes.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass?
هذا شو الراس.
Paid college tuition for?
Shut the fuck up, Rossi.
That's the guy.
طيب أول شيء رح نروح نشوف خاتم. نسيت راسي. خاتم معلق نفس ما نفس زمان كان في كان في كيس كانت فقط. المهم هلا تشوفوا حسن.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
قريب. قريب يعني ما.
Use the siren. Maybe those metal things in front of you.
Yeah, shut up, Rossi.
No, you're in a hurry.
Shut up. Okay. أتوقع هذا أول شيء خاتم نشوف هلا. بون بروكر الساعة 10:23 صباحا. أتوقع لا الخاتم.
What do you think? We're rowing. Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
اوكي اتوقع فهمت انه
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
انا هنا متخبط
What
شوي.
do you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
كذب
Can you give us a
الان بس.
description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
Be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
أنا مش فاهم وين الصراحة أنا آسف. بس في شيء مهم. أتوقع يمكن من القتلى اللي ماتوا إنه هذول الخواتم اللي كانوا مسروقين في واحد باعهم. تفاحهم يا تفاح. هاي هلا نشوف يلا على وين البيت.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herbert's having fun with us.
Yeah.
The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
انه مين اللي قتل
Shelley wrote the poem that came with the
من
Dahlia
قتل الناس هم
letters.
هو اللي باع القوات من هاي هذا
They have
المحل معه.
also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, though? Skipper ain't gonna like this one.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own advantage.
Please, Mel. The siren.
Sorry. بكثر من هون يا رب. بكثر من هون. وقع.
I get the point.
بكثر من هون.
You boys ready? Follow me.
يلا 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 أسرع.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until it's
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty.
الحمد لله مش
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
طيب. خلاص اوكي.
Good morning, ladies.
طيب
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
اوكي. ما بدي اقرا. بعرف فلبس يحكي لنا شوي.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
كم هون اوكي طيب يعني يمكن هي هاربة شوي صح؟ ما اخذ انا اسف. يا رب فيلبس يصيح ملامني.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
يا بار تذكر مرة لازم يكون في بار.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
طيب.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
اوكي. هاي. في شلون؟ سيجارة. طيب في اثنين نقدر نحكي معهم بس خلينا نخلص من البادي. طيب معك لي هوا.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
عطا؟
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
بعد 2 الصبح. طيب. هيك خلصنا احنا خلينا نسأل دكتور فيوتشي.
What have we got here?
White female,
I shall
approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
زي كل مرة كلهم
From her
بنخنوا.
temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
After midnight. ها كان الساعة 9. إيه دخل مع دخل. بلش نسأل. مش نسأل شاب الطيب هون.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
أنا ما أعرف إذا أوكي.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her.
مستاهل.
Against the law?
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
Pocket sick fuck.
Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
ما بعرف شو أحكي لك. تعطي شك؟ بس مبين واثق الشك. Truth.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Okay.
Found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Okay, Chuck.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
ساحل. شكرا راسي.
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with it.
Rusty.
طيب. نروح نحكي بالتليفون. صوت التليفون غريب.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
Yeah. ليكر ستور اللي هو محل الكحول اللي كانت هي شارية منه أغراض أغراض مش كحول يعني كيف محل كحول بيشتري أغراض مش كحول بيشتري كانت إشي سرير وأشياء ثانية إشي بد أتوقع شو كان.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons.
Calm down.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Unfortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew King. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
طيب هيك احنا وصلنا. للبار اللي كانت تشرب منه.
Drink, fellas. Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
طيب نسأل مين كان يشرب معها.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Okay.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No. I was at home. Writing.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan.
Tiernan.
They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Bowling?
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Okay. Criminal history.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious.
معلومات.
I've had a few skirmishes.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes,
workers'
rights.
The kind of thing.
That kind of thing.
A regular 5th columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Hey. نسأل
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
خلاص خلصنا من الشباب كلها. خلصنا. كان سرعة إن شاء الله. طيب عرفنا إنه حبيبي. عرفنا إنه عرفنا. نشوف أول شي وين المحل هو اللي كانت تشتري منه أغراض غريبة. عرفنا إنه
What did you make of
ما
McCaffrey?
أعرف أحكي.
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon.
مكافري أوكي. الشباب فاكرين إنه مكافري اللي هو اللي حكينا معاه هو القاتل. أو إنه له دخل. فأنا كنت بحكي إنه وهيب إنه تطلع مع واحد بيشتغل بالبولينج. فهذا كمان راح نشوفه. أوكي هذا كمان لازم نروح نشوفه. تسكع. ما بدي أحرضه خلص. بس إنه يعني تطلع مع نار.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
طيب. عنده أغراضها. ما أعرف خلينا نشوف.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins.
طبعا راسي.
Well, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
Yeah.
She kept a bed here.
قلت لكم في شيء غلط.
An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
جوائز ما في لها دخل.
We'll take a look around. I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
طيب. أوسكار هاي.
Exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago.
صح.
She worked in legal copyrights for music.
اوكي كوبرايت. طيب. بولينج ما بولينج عشان الشاب هي اللي بتحبه او تطلع معاه. يلا.
Rawlings bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
انه مكافري حكى انه بولينج طلع مع شاب. يمكن بنتها ولا زوجها ولا شو زوجته امها. ما بعرف للاسف. طيب اوكي.
She wasn't always such a loner.
اوكي. ليش انا ما بعرف اي واحدة منهم هي الثانية.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
الشاب اللي كان قاعد بالبار او لا تحكي بالحانة. اتوقع. طيب. عرفنا انه طلعت صح مكافري بكتب اللي هو كاتب مكافري اللي هو كان بالبار. وطلع كمان هو حكى انه ما بيعرفها كثير منيح انه بس بشوفها هيك مرات. بس طلع بيعرفها شكله منيح لانه عندها هي كتابة.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
Got a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
حاطيشك.
She was an alcoholic and your friend, and you still kept selling her booze.
You ever try to stop an addict, detective? Better me than having her buy methylated spirits from the hardware store.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Come on, dog. Okay, Chuck.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your
help. عم بحكي إنه كان مش بس إنه مكافري صاحب البنات.
I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I can get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh?
يمكن
Evelyn never hurt anybody.
كذا. مكافري هو بين كل شيء عم بروح ب. ثاني اسمه شو حكيته؟
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Code 2.
11 King, in or out?
Okay.
Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
يلا.
Jesus, Phelps.
طيب أنا ما كنت شرطة بدهم إيانا. أنا بنروح نشوف شو بدهم بعدين نرجع أوكي وصلنا على مركز شرطة. أوكي الساعة 12:14 دقيقة ظهر. طيب نشوف شو بدهم منا.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker.
تحت. أتوقع إنه ده شيء جديد.
They should at least find you handy.
إشي وراء جديد من القاتل. شوف.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married. Yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
طيب الوضع بلش انه يصير بخوف يعني. مبين انه القاتل يعني كل حلقة قاعدين عم نمسكهم مش هم الحقيقيين هم مش اصلا عم بتخرب. طيب نعرف وين مكافي عايش هون. طلع مش هم قاتلينه بالحقيقة، قاتلين البنات يعني. في ناس في واحد بين انه قاتل سفاح هو اللي قتل كل البنات بالحلقات الماضية، مش الشباب اللي مسكناهم.
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45.
Yeah, 45. Shut the fuck up.
Let me pose a question.
مليان قاعدين نروح. يلا نروح بولينج أول شيء.
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
طيب احنا هيك وصلنا للبولينج. ساعة 4:39 دقيقة ظهر. طيب
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
تعرف.
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Yeah.
He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am.
طيب.
Let's go get him.
هو هذا قاعد بالكود؟ نط هي فجأة بلش يركض.
Tiernan, LAPD.
ليش قاعد بالكود بس؟ يعني هو القتل؟ أنا مش شرط. أوه هاي سيارة خرافية صراحة أحسن من سيارتنا مليون ألف مرة.
What are you waiting for? Get after him.
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight.
والله سيارة خرافية من صوتها.
These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
Oh.
Lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Come on, Phelps, you're losing that little weasel. Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run?
I
I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
والله سوي.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall.
Keep it
يا
steady and
والله
I'll try to
واحد.
bust his tires.
بيبي.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
What?
Going through the square.
I hope the people see him in time to get out of the way.
والله شو قاعد بيلعب.
They run because someone's setting them up.
محتاجين توقف.
Stacked against them.
بس.
Don't make up ridiculous stories for them, detective.
والله وحشة بصراحة. أول مرة واحد يسوق هيك منيح ضده. يلا. مشكلة أنت مشكلة والله مشكلة. ليش بهرب؟ ممكن أغلب الناس اللي بهربوا مفهوم اختيار نفسه. ليه؟ رخيص يا أحسن مليون مرة من تبعتنا. طيب على مكافري صح؟ يلا على مكافري. طيب احنا وصلنا لبيت مكافري. الساعة 7:25 دقيقة. يلا. الأغلب هو 90% هو القاتل الصراحة. كل الأدلة بتلد إله. بتروح إله. طيب. أنا بدور على أي. أنا آسف بدور على أي باب عليه الذهب هيو.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Okay.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in.
حلو.
Want to do the honors, Phelps?
طيب ندور على طول على الشمال. هي الورقة اللي بتكمل ورقة البناء تحت. Your mother عم تحكي لها ارجعي على البيت.
Born from the letter we found beside the body. Very least I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
صح. هذا مكافري مشكلة. اوكي الضوء كأنه عم بياكل خرا شوي. أنا آسف. خليه أبيض على الأقل. طيب في شو؟ كحول. ما له دخل. هاي له دخل ما له دخل. هذا له دخل ما له دخل. أوه أنا حمار مريت من هاد. وات. والله إني حمار. هو خلص رسميا. إذا كان الله. هيك.
He said he was at home.
بولينج بس هون.
And we have to book.
هو حكى إنه بولينج هو الشاب اللي هذا حط عليه يعني كأنه.
Is that you, Grosvenor?
No, bitch.
Who are you guys? What are you doing?
LAPD.
From the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
يلا.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that.
عنده بيت حمام بسموه.
That's that guy from the papers.
Shut up.
Solved that big case.
Shut up. Whoa. ايوه يلا.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
خلص رسميا هو. ليش يهرب؟ والله يا مكافري. السر راح يطول عشان يوصل فعلينا هي المهمة.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
ما فيش سلاح والله كنا وقفناه. ايزي. Here he is, officer. بعرف إنه there he is. هو قدامي.
Give it up, LAPD.
أسرع. Come on. Pow. You're under arrest.
on suspicion of murdering Evelyn.
ضرب واحدة هذا. طيب الضوء عم بياكل هوا، شو أعمل أنا بحياتي؟
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up.
يلا.
It's gotta be McCaffrey.
ما راح نروح هلا على مركز الشرطة عشان نشوف مين بينهم صح؟ نختار احنا اتوقع مين ال حلو الصراحة هلا نشوف.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the dog?
I have a list with over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together in a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
طيب عندنا اثنين، عندنا مكافري اللي هو 90% لا 95%، لقينا الدم الكروبار اللي ضرب فيه البنت على الأغلب يعني هو لما أعطاها الكتاب بيعرفها منيح، وحتى البول يعني يمكن بيعرفها، بس إنه يعني الأدلة كلها بتروح لمكافري هلا مسكناه. يلا نشوف. أنا زعلان ليش الضوء؟
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
طيب أنا
Right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan is a 1, McCaffrey is a 2.
أنا سامحك وأنا عادي. أيوة رجعنا هيك الضوء، أنا آسف جدا بس كان بده شاحن. أوكي في اثنين، في عنا اثنين، فخلينا نروح أول شيء أول انترفيو روم. أوكي ما بعرف مين هون. مكافري.
You ready to answer some questions?
يلا مكافري.
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
صح.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
يلا. أحطه حتى لو مشهور راح أحطه بالسجن خلص أنا.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
يا كذاب لأنه بقدر أعطيك الكتاب.
You have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Oh, I can. Oh, I can. طيب هاي ما ندخل البوك.
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. Looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Aha. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
غلط بس أنا ما أعرف إذا بقدر أحطش عليه. عندك موفي شباب. لا. Victim body shows signs of version lifestyle. يقرأ أتوقع. Missing ring. time that's the code ويكون أزواج. فيش شيء فراح أحكي إنه out.
You're gonna need to do better if you don't want to swing for this.
I was having a political meeting in my apartment.
Cheese and crackers for the 5th columnist.
Some of these people will corroborate your story.
I won't give up names of party members.
Good. It's your funeral.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective.
راح أحطها على الشرط حتى لو مشروع. مكافي كثيرة بالشيء. يلا نروح للثاني. الثاني بين عليه حمار أو مستحيل هو يعملها. هيك بين اللي غبي صغير.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
صح.
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
يا هذا طيب بس في شيء بقدر احطه عنه ما اتوقع. بيضاء طيب ما فيش شيء بنعطيها الشك.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Fuck.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
Isn't there anything else you can do? I ain't talking to you.
طيب كمل.
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
We use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
ما عندي شيء عم باكل هوا قاعد. Ask community شو؟ لا الحمد لله على الأقل شيء
Coroner's
واحد.
report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. A big black circular disc with a white E in the middle.
Okay.
It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We want to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
ما شو هلا. تفضل.
Mary says I'll sing, but only if
نروح
I get
نسأل
what
مكان
we
كمان
want.
مرة أسئلة.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
في شيء عندنا. أوكي صح.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
ما بعرف هذا. ما بعرف. Okay.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
يا رب إنه هو كان.
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
I'm thinking of moving up to a
شو قاعد يصير؟
I want to stop him.
طيب بعد رد التليفون. ليش بعد رد التليفون؟ ساعدني بشيء.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help.
عنده كريمنال ريكورد كمان عنده.
This guy's got a screw loose.
خلفية حلوة.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting
طيب
gangs
انت
off
كمان.
scot-free.
اوكي. استنى. طيب ليش ما بقدر اسوي عن هذا؟ زي كان اغلب مكاتب بيحكوا لي انه خلاص خلينا نسأله عن عن ماضي الأسود.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man.
شكله
I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
للأسف لا.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
petty theft assault.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it?
Yo, chill out, mate.
How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
شوف راسي شوف راسي
A poor, drunken nobody stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
رسميا.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Yeah.
She was a sad
Get the
lady.
fuck
Never
out.
hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now,
Thanks, sir.
I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot at the prison graveyard.
المدير ما بده انه يطلع قاتل السفاح هذا بيعمل كل شيء انه يكون عن جد حقيقة. ما بده انه يطلع اشي مش منيح. بيطلع ضد الشرطة لانه يعني الشرطة ما تقدر تمسك القاتل السفاح اللي قاعد بيقتل كل البنات. فهي بتطلع زي سمعة مش منيحة. كيس كلوز. صح حكينا كيس كلوز. واو في فلاش باك.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Namboos.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Namboos and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
هذا صعب ولكن The Quarter Moon Murders. وهذه في الحلقة الجاية إن شاء الله إخوان. يعطيكم العافية إخوان. شكرا على وجودكم معنا هون بهاي الحلقة الجميلة. واحكوا لي والله عن الضوء كيف شو بدكم الضوء كيف أحسن. يعطيكم العافية. شكرا ونراكم إن شاء الله قريبا. يعطيكم العافية. سلام.